Alright guys, ZFR back here again today, and I am going to be making a follow-up video this time around of my video yesterday where I was pretty much talking about what makes a character an SJW character. So I've kind of realized I didn't really get my point across as well as I wanted to in the other day's video. It was kind of brought to my attention by some of you wonderful people in the comment section. So with that being said, I decided to go ahead and just make a part 2 to that video to kind of get my full point across, because I feel like I did kind of I feel like what I was trying to say kind of got lost in translation and stuff. I kind of want to clear up just a little bit. But before I do that, happy Father's Day to all of the fathers out there. You know, hope you're having a great day and stuff with your kids. But anyway, because it's Father's Day, I'm going to be making a Joel video later tonight, so tune back in for that if you're interested. But with that being said, let's get into this topic. So yesterday in my video, pretty much I was talking about what makes a character SJW, and I was using I was comparing characters like Ellie from The Last of Us and Rey from Star Wars. I was kind of comparing like the differences between them, like how one's a Mary Sue, how one's not. And I feel like people thought I was trying to say a SJW character has to be a Mary Sue character, and that's not really what I was trying to get at. So clearing this up a little bit more, what I was trying to get across in my video yesterday is when SJWs make characters, when a SJW person, has control over the creative process and stuff and everything, their main goal is to make a strong female character or something like that, or, a character of color, that their main goals are to be diverse, to put a unlikely character, what they think to be an unlikely character or whatever, in the spotlight. And like I was saying with Rey from Star Wars, that character, usually they're so focused on what that character is, like a woman, or maybe that character is black or Asian or something like that. They get so caught up in all of that that they forget to really make that a good character. They think that that's enough, and that they want to show that character off being strong and tough and powerful and everything, and they forget to build that character up to that point. They forget to make that character overcome obstacles. They forget to make that character tough in their own right. They forget to have that character build up to that point of being tough in their own right. They forget to really develop that character and stuff like that. And it just seems like they're trying to push this different character on you, that's maybe that character's gay like Ellie, maybe that character's a woman, maybe that character's black or whatever, and it feels like they try to put that character up in your face and they say, hey, look, they're this and they're strong and powerful, and that's it, and that's never enough, right? And that wasn't all I was trying to say with that video, but pretty much what I was trying to say is that's usually the end product that we get when it comes to a lot of these SJW creators and people in the entertainment industry. That's usually the end product they deliver to us. And my point was, Ellie is so clearly not that, and that kind of shows you that, hey, even though Naughty Dog over there does they do kind of dip their toe in that area over there with stuff like feminism and all that kind of stuff. They're very inclusive, but like for instance, I think a while ago, like Neil Druckmann, he kind of went into somebody that said something sexist online about The Last of Us or whatever. So, he just chewed them out or something like that over Twitter. And you had Ashley Johnson, who a couple years back, she said something about strong woman character in games or something like that. And a lot of people were pissed at her like that. If they've said things in the past where I can see people perceiving them to be that way, but from what I've seen of them in interviews, from what I've heard come out of their mouths, personally, they don't seem like SJWs to me. And someone was saying that to me in the comment section in the last video. They were saying, do you know about Neil Druckmann and some of the stuff he says behind the scenes? And yes, I do. I'm a big fan of The Last of Us and stuff, and Uncharted. So I've heard a lot of the stuff they've said and everything. And yeah, they're obviously in that direction. But one thing I want to make clear with this SJW movement, one thing I want to make clear with fighting this SJW movement on my channel especially, is that I find it very important. I find it extremely important that we do not group in feminist or anti-racist or people who just support people being gay or whatever, stuff like that. We shouldn't group those people in with SJWs, because for me, a SJW is a person who takes it to the extreme. A SJW is a person who feels the need to shove all these agendas and everything in everyone's face, and they say things like, hey, women are strong and everything, look at all this, or we don't need these men to tell us what we're doing, or we don't, or I don't want to hear this white dude over here talk about this movie or whatever, when it's a movie all about colored people, and even though I'm white and stuff, you know, crazy stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that comes out of a SJW's mouth. And you know, it's just these extremist statements, these extremist blanket statements, where they end up insulting people, insulting the other side, trying to prop the people who fit their social agenda up. They try to prop them up and tear everyone else down, and that's what a SJW does. That's what a SJW is. And when it comes to SJWs in the entertainment industry right now, they really love injecting their politics into good things and trying to influence the creators to kind of ruin them. And on top of that, if the creators aren't on that SJW train and they just happen to have a good character such as Ellie from The Last of Us, where everything that's going on with her character makes sense. It was there from the beginning, and you know, it was developed and it was nurtured. Like her being a lesbian, that's nothing new. That was teased in the first game's DLC. You know, we saw plenty of that in the first game. You know, that's not really anything new. That's nothing that came as a surprise to anybody who played the Left Behind DLC or whatever, you know, and they did a good job of developing that. That's not just something that's there just to say, hey, look, we have a lesbian character in our game. No, that made sense. You know, Riley was her best friend. That was all she had at the time. So, you know, that their relationship kind of went in that direction for a little while there. But, you know, and that's why I want to take a second to just kind of defend Naughty Dog, because you can say what you want about them. You can call them SJWs or any stuff like that. But what you can't say about Naughty Dog is that these SJW agendas make it into their game. You can't say that. Like, you can't say that when the first game had a character like Joel who constantly was there to protect Ellie, or there were multiple sequences where you had to run over as Joel and save Ellie or Tess, or where Joel's like obviously a very masculine character, and you know, The Last of Us had a ton of masculine characters. You can't say that when they had a gay character like Bill, but they didn't shove it in your face that if you weren't paying attention, you might have almost missed that he was gay, even though they dropped a few hints to it. You might have missed it. But you know, you can't say that about them when they're not constantly taking these agendas and shoving them in your face like some of these other SJWs out here are. Naughty Dog isn't doing that. And with The Last of Us 2, when you look at the most recent gameplay trailer, you know, Ellie isn't freaking body slamming or getting in full-on fist fights with big old dudes like that dude we saw in the trailer. No, she still has her switchblade, it looked like, at the beginning. We're still going to be using the switchblade. We're still, she's struggling to take that big dude down towards the end, you know. She has to put multiple arrows in him and go through a whole lot fighting that dude just to get him to his knees. And, you know, they don't, it's not like this. There's no underlying agenda that, hey, women are better than men, or hey, women are great. Look at this, men suck, whatever. You know, there's nothing being shoved in our face like, oh, lesbians are freaking great. You know, no, all of this stuff just is. It's not, hey, look at this. This is great. Follow this, subscribe to this. You know, they're not sending those kind of messages with this game, which is why I was defending The Last of Us 2, why I was defending Ellie, why I was defending Naughty Dog. Because when I look at them, I don't see the proof of it. I don't see the proof of it. I see them being feminist. I see them believing in women being able to be strong and capable. I see them believing in people of other sexualities being capable and stuff, but you don't see them tearing down straight people. You don't see them tearing down men. You don't see them tearing down all these other different groups that fit the majority spectrum, or whatever you want to say. You know, you don't see that kind of stuff from them, so therefore I can't call Naughty Dog a bunch of SJWs. I really can't, because say what you want about them, but that doesn't show up in their work. That doesn't show up in their work. That their work comes out as high quality, some of the highest quality stuff on the market, some of the most enjoyable storytelling on the market. Now, could they change up tomorrow and say something wild and everything like that? Could they come out with The Last of Us 2 and there be a couple of scenes in there that are just like, okay, maybe we were wrong, sure. But until that happens, until you see real evidence of that, you can't just label them what they're not. And the reason I'm making such a big deal about this point in defending them is because it's very important. It's very important that we don't fall into this SJW trap, right? The SJWs, they want to make, if you're a white man, which, in case you can't tell, or in case you haven't seen my videos, I'm not white, I'm black. I'm half black and half Native American, which shouldn't matter, but it does apparently to these people. But if you're a white man, or if you or anything like that, you know, you're a target for these SJWs. I'm letting you know right now. They want you to go after every female character. They want you to go after every character who is gay or whatever. You know, they want this. And yes, we do have to speak up when these characters suck and when they're bad and all that kind of stuff. You know, we do have to speak up against it. But when the writing is there, when the characters are there, when the story is there, when it's high quality, when it's good, when it's warranted, we can't attack those characters for just being female characters or for just being a lesbian, even though everything up until that point made sense. Everything up until that point was well written and well done. It was all well choreographed, whatever you want to say. We can't sink to their low, you know. We can't just start attacking every instance of anything that might look like SJWism out here. You know, we can't do that, because then they're just going to use that against us. All right, they will just use it against you. You need to pick and choose your battles. What happened with Star Wars, with the female characters in that so obviously they're so obviously trying to send that message that women are better than men. And they're so obviously trying to prop the women characters up in that movie so much that they forgot to make them good characters first. That when it comes to a situation like that, then you speak up, because then you have a reason to criticize. When it comes to a situation like what Battlefield, where they're sacrificing historical accuracy for this SJW agenda, then you can speak up. All right, then you can speak up. And the thing that the way you tell these SJWs apart, I'm going to show you right now. The way you tell these people are SJWs is look at what the people from Lucasfilm working on Star Wars are saying to their fans right now. Just look at the disgusting stuff coming out of their mouths to the people who support it and who created the franchise that they're lucky enough to be working on now. Look at the dude, I can't remember who it was, but the dude from Battlefield who said, if you don't like the women in our game, you don't have to buy it, or don't buy it, he said. Look at those comments. Look at those disrespectful comments to the people who support them. And these people, they're not calling out specific people who said something sexist or something hateful. They're talking to their entire fan base with blanket statements. It's disgusting, it's disrespectful, and it's ungrateful. And those are the SJWs. Those are the people that are trying to inject these politics, because when you say something they don't like, when you disagree with them, they try to set you down, they try to be dismissive of you, and those are the type of people that we need to be looking out for. I don't know about you, but I have not seen anybody from Naughty Dog make a statement like that to their entire fan base about The Last of Us or The Last of Us 2. I have not seen it once. I saw Neil Druckmann rip into a specific person who he thought was sexist, and I've read that guy's tweet and stuff, and I agree with Neil Druckmann. I think that guy was a sexist jerk, but that's a very specific example. He didn't see that guy's tweet and run and tell the entire fan base to screw off, because he understands that, hey, it's not everyone. Hey, not everyone that might kind of be a little suspicious of this, or that might just kind of be a little wary of this. Not all of them are like that. Some of them just need to warm up to it. You know, stuff like that. Like that. All I'm saying here is, to me, Naughty Dog, they don't seem like SJWs. The Last of Us, it doesn't look like a SJW project to me. I'm just saying. And I think we need to make sure we're not targeting the wrong things out here. We need to keep our eye on the prize, because these SJWs can't win. They can't we can't let them tear the entertainment industry apart. Whether it be what they're doing with the comics, with the movies, or with the video games, we have to stop them from tearing the industry apart. Alright, so with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave likes and comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. I don't know, I may or may not make a bigger video about SJWs and stuff like that in the future. But for now, like, I'm done with that whole topic. Maybe you'll get another Star Wars video next week, because I feel a need to talk about that situation again. But anyway, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there once again. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Comments, likes, all that. Dislikes if you're a SJW and you hated this video and what I said in it. But either way, thanks so much for watching. I will see you all on the next one. ZFR out.